All right, I think we're live. How are we doing, guys? How are we doing? Can you guys hear me? All right, I'm just checking my on the phone. We're gonna start just in a bit. We're gonna wait for everyone to come in, and we're doing something different today. We haven't done on this channel, or I haven't done in general. I should say. We'll see how it goes. But I'm excited. Excited for the day, the opportunities that show up today, and the range has been great to scalp. You don't even need to size up. You can trade micros and make some good money. And we will be answering questions you have. Don't worry. So the whole goal for today's stream is to kind of just go over my plan for the day, right? Like what higher time frame levels that I'm watching, like these zones that I mark out on the larger time frames, explain my reasoning behind them, and also kind of walk you through, okay, if this scenario holds, I want to be in long. This scenario gets below, I think sellers can really take control and drive the markets lower, etc. Things like that. It'll be fun, something different, a different style, and just see how it goes. If you guys like it, we can do more. If it flows well, I would want to do more. But I normally just do this in the Discord before I go. Well, before we start trading live, or when I'm not streaming, I kind of just create a video or just have a written format. Today we have PPI. CPI wasn't. It didn't have the craziest move because at the end of the day, if you look at what we did, let me. What chart? I have ES up. Okay, I wanted to make sure I was looking at OBS. Had the right chart. This is what we did. This is just RTH. This is your yesterday's RTH range, right? We just had an inside day. Well, for a good reason, right? We had a huge range on Monday, or sorry, Tuesday, 243 points. We can round up to 244 points on ES. And yesterday, we just kind of had an inside day where we just traded inside of there. But that range was still massive, 128 points. So what does this mean, right? First, you could be like, yo, this was just a consolidation, but look at the range that we are consolidating in. Well, one, what have you had, right? We had a massive move a day on Friday where we moved RTH, just RTH, 173 points. And then on Monday, we consolidated for 73 points, about half of that, essentially. Right? Similar thing, we had a breakdown, a follow through move, lower, bigger range that RTH wise than Friday. And yesterday we just consolidate. So today, what do you think we're going to be watching for? With this pattern that I just talked about, what do you think today we're going to watch for? We're going to watch for follow through to break out from the highs and lows of the RTH range where we printed a inside day. And if I'm looking at this right, overnight, we did not break out. We are still inside of this range. This is just RTH. Look, let me turn on the overnight price action, what we're doing as well. Oops, not that. I don't want that. There you go. Overnight session. So look at where we are. We are in the middle of yesterday. Okay. So quick high level kind of overview, right? Today we want to see if we get a follow through move above yesterday's RTH high and low. We'll see if it happens. That's like the main thing I'm really watching for. See what the chat is saying. Hold on, let me move my chat a bit here. What's up? Nothing much, man. I am just having fun. I'm ready. I'm ready for the trading day. Cannot wait. Do you use heat map at all? I do not use heat map at all. Good morning, everyone. Let's make money. Heck yeah, let's make some money. Make some money. More than making money, let's protect our capital too. Take selective shots because it's a very wide range. We want to be really careful in this range. We don't want to do too much and get caught off guard. Saw you in PFL yesterday. I've come for the knowledge. Welcome. Thank you for coming. Appreciate you. My volume profile starts at RTH. Because that is a session. That's the only session I really trade. Why don't you trade gold? Because I like trading ES and NQ and the time frame that I trade, which is New York, which is where it has majority of the volume. I'm going to trade the most volatile volumes in the time frame that I like to trade, which is NQ and ES. And I'm giving before I start talking about the plan, I want to give people time to come on the stream, right? And that's why I hopped in a little early so I can answer some questions, because usually I do this on the streams on Discord as well. Wait a little, let everyone come in, then start it, or else if I start something, they're like, "Oh, what level was that? Can you put up the ES chart or explain that again?" Let's not have that. Let's just wait a little. While you guys have questions, I'll answer it. Why don't you? Do you use deep down? No, I don't need deep down for my trading. And how many times can we get our hands on order flow? That's really just dependent on you and how fast you can pick up on things. And there's no like a set time frame, right? There might be an average. I picked it up within 6 months, but I think the resources out there and the tools that are out there for order flow are much better than there were when I started learning about order flow. So you might be able to learn it faster because of the ease and the resources out there to learn. You use Gix levels? Yes, I do. I'm actually working on something regarding that, so coming soon, hopefully. When did you switch from MotoWave to Deep Charts? It's been like 2.5 weeks since I switched, and the switch was kind of it was I wouldn't use the word forced, but so I got this whole setup. If you remember my old I guess background, right? You see a new background and stuff, which is work in progress because I'm trying to trying to get a studio like background slowly, obviously. But I got a new setup. I got a new PC that I can record, stream, have multiple things open, and support multiple monitors. And for some reason, I was trading on a Mac, like iMac, and it just couldn't do it. It just couldn't do it. It would freeze up even in Discord, and it was just not a good experience with what I'm doing now with streaming, just making educational content and stuff. So I upgraded to a new system. I got a Windows powerful PC that's bet a good amount on, and MotoWave had latency issues, and I couldn't figure it out. I asked the support for help. They suggested things, and those didn't fix it. So after 2 days of just messing around with it, I've kind of given up because there's nothing I can really do. I can go back to switch to another computer, but the thing is, I was like, let me just try deep charts. And I really, really like it because it gives me everything that I use. Again, the platform is not that important. It's more about the ease of the platform and does it have all the information that you need? And this has been a lot easier to set up than Motorway was. And it makes sense because the biggest issue with Motorway was with the big trades, the aggregated values would only work in real time. Like you had to use real time tick data. And when you go back and look at it, they would go away. So, but with this, you can. I'm not trying to sell you guys on anything, right? I'm just telling you what I like about it from the time I've been using it. I had technical issues with Motorwave with the new PC, new setup, so kind of was forced to look at other platforms. I just started using Deep Charts because someone in my community was using it and suggested it. So I was like, all right, let me try it. And if you look at my trading setup now, it's all the same. I still have the delta profile, the volume profile. The colors might be different, but it's the same tools. So the platform, I'll say this again because everyone associates crazy value to a platform. It really does not matter what platform you use as long as you can get everything you want on that platform that you want to use and helps you see the market the way you want. That's all that matters, really. Yeah, you can backtest with deep charts, which is the cool part too. So I want to start having it's when I so I'm going on a holiday, but once I come back, I want to start doing back testing sessions, especially for the Discord. Right, we'll just go back like a year or 2 year time. We'll pick a random day. I don't even know how to. I'm not gonna pick it. Someone in the so one of the traders in the community can pick a random trading day, and we'll just trade a RTH session for that because you can do that. Right, that's a cool ability because it stores the big trade data, it stores the tick data from years prior. Do you have a discount code to Discord? I do not, man. I already think for the price, it's good and the time that I'm putting into it. And there's more stuff being added as we go. Someone mentioned if I use Gix level hint there or what's coming. um, and I want to make it more resources for prop too, along with order flow. So right now, a lot of it is just me, order flow content, but I want to add some gigs content and some prop firm education too. Do you have in Discord and recording available or only live? I do have recordings of the live sessions as well. So if you guys, we're gonna start in a few minutes. And hey, if you like this format, if this helps you today, come back and hit that like button. If it doesn't help you, you can come back and be like, "Yo, f this guy. I take my like back. I don't need to. This guy's plan didn't do shit for me." You can say that too. Oh man, see if I'm missing any questions. Yeah, it's a okay. I like this question. You use 30-minute delta histogram. Is it the last 30-minute rolling window or current 30? It's the rolling window. Good question. 30-minute rolling window. We are new to order flow. We are scared and facing problem learning. Please make a paid course that goes zero to advanced learning of order flow. See, the problem with order flow, and I will say this, no matter what course you watch, it might give you like a very little basic information, but the only way to really learn order flow is to dive in and just look at it live. That's why everything that I've structured in the Discord is based on that concept because watching it live is really the only way you're going to learn order flow. At first, just like anything you learn in life, right? When you first look at it, it's all just confusing to you. But doing something over and over with the repetitions, it starts to make sense. And doing it live, it just, again, like I said, you get the different feel of like watching it live and seeing it how it plays out with your own eyes. You can look at me right on the stream, what I'm reading, and then you can also look at your chart next to it, and you're like, holy shit. Can you make an order flow videos on YouTube? I mean, the content on YouTube will come. I promise. It's just the main thing has been finding the time for it with everything. So I'm focused a lot on the trading stuff, creating the community last month. So focused on getting stuff up there. Now there's a video coming out this Sunday, I believe. Hopefully, it's about a good point. What I think is a good point to start with everything that I do is the volume profile. So there will be a video on volume profile, very fast paced, but it gives you a lot of information really quickly. All the important concepts. Again, that's the thing I don't do. I don't bullshit around anything. It just gives you the info that you need. That's it. That's the video. It just gives you everything. And it's like, I think my editor was telling me we got it down to 4 minutes or something. So you can pause it, rewind it, but 4-minute video, volume profile. I'm not gonna bore you with a 20, 30-minute video that you're gonna go through. Get the important shit out of the way in 4 minutes. Watch it again if you need to. Slow it down if you need to, but guess what? You got all the important concepts in front of you as fast as possible, because guess what? Time is money. That's how I feel. I want to give you the information as fast as I can so you can go and look at it yourself and not bullshit, right? That's going to be the style of every video that I make. Every reel that I create, every long form video that I make, it's not going to be me bullshitting, working around, saying something over and over. It's going to be information and whatever's important about that. And it may be like, yo, this sounds way easier just him explaining it, and then it seems like order flow is nothing complicated in a way, right? It's just a complicated word that people throw around. It just takes time getting used to the pattern, just like anything in life that we talked about. Same with volume profile. When you because the reason I'm saying this is I asked my editor, right? He has no background in trading, and I was like, what do you think? Do you understand what I'm trying to explain here? What we're trying to present visually in this video? And he's like, yeah, now I understand how value areas are forming, how what like a POC is, right? I was like, all right, cool. So like if he understands it, who has never traded in his life, that means a good introduction video to start, especially for the first video. Okay, let's get started. Enough of me yapping. What chart do we have up here on the screen? All right, we have ES. Looking at my OBS. All right, cool. So, is this RTH? Yep. Okay, let me turn on RTH only. All right, guys, pay attention. Pay attention. All right, we're starting the plan. I'm thinking, do we wait until PPI comes out? Nah, F it. Let's just do it. Okay. So I mentioned this multiple time in the Discord. This was the range that we consolidated in for almost 2 weeks above 520 to 630, right? Let's get the ruler out. This 120 point range right here. And then what happened Friday? We had a gap down and a follow through move below that range. We dropped almost, I think 600, we dropped like 600, 700 points or something on ES, right? So let me hide this volume profile so you can see it clearly. There you go, right? So huge move down, breaking out to new range, right? So all this volume that we built, sellers took over, they won the battle, push prices lower, right? That makes sense? The range breakdown, So what I've done here is I've drawn a new profile from where we initiated the move down. So let's put that back on. Indicators right here. Okay, did I delete it? I deleted it. Great. Let me just draw it again. And this. So what I've done here is taking the edge of this RTH profile and dragged it all the way to this low to see where value areas are forming, right? And again, this is just your RTH range, the last three days that we've traded. And what do you see here, right? You see value area low right here underneath where? Yesterday's value area low. Does that make sense? Or I should say, this low right here, this value area low at what level is this? 275. Let me mark the level here. You can also see it, price level, and you see the label. That is your Tuesday's value area low for the Tuesday session when we had the huge range. So I want to ask you two things, right? How important do you think this area is today? That is the day where we had the follow through move down, where buyers kind of got aggressive underneath this point and drove prices higher. And I'm going to show you why I have this area marked in just a bit. This is where the whole reversal kind of started, the initiation back up into this range, rotation back into that day's value area high, right? So this is your D-1 value area high is what? It is your Tuesday's value area high. Again, value area high and low are where 70% of the volume is traded for that session. So this RTA session where majority of the volume gets traded on ES and NQ, those in that range is where it was traded, okay? That's why it's important. That's where price kind of was neutral, where both sides fought it out. They agreed on price. And above and below is when one side takes over, okay? This is the level right here where buyers really need to hold above. You can make it right down 275, okay? Today, 275, super important. I want buyers to defend this and look at the activity below this. Look at all the activity below 275. Look at that, right? Huge amount of trades coming underneath. We had essentially a huge candle, huge wick underneath, and we had a nice reversal. So what we could do today, look, where we closed? We closed right at that pivot yesterday, didn't we? This was yesterday's RTH close. And look at where it's developing, or I should not even developing now. Look at where its value area low was yesterday. Right near Tuesday's value area low. So I want to actually extend this zone. So I'm going to make this zone even bigger because that's how important this is. This is a huge range. I get it. But this is such an important area for buyers to really defend today if we come back in. Does that mean I'll look for a long right away? No. I want to see some sort of activity that either we look under. So look, let me take this, where we look under, and then either on this aggressive move down, we trap sellers somewhere here, and we get a nice little momentum flip back up. I'll look for a long somewhere here, or if you can get a pullback and hold, I'll look for a long here. I know it's a little pixelated, but they don't have arrows in this platform. One of the limitations of this platform. So it doesn't necessarily mean the first time this area gets tested, I'm looking for a long. It's all based on reaction and what's happening at these areas. And that is where order flow comes in. What are you seeing? What orders are hitting? What transactions are happening when we get to these areas? But I explained why this area is so important because of the activity that happened where the value area lows have formed on the expansion down day, Tuesday, and yesterday. Okay? That's why it's super important. Now, in a scenario where sellers get aggressive and we get a retest fail of this area, we can look for us to crack. If the lows have not cracked, we can look for a Tuesday's low break, where then I think we can really start to see acceleration because check this out. Look at all this activity. We were just gapping up and moving, right? So let me draw the profile here. There is very little volume traded here and even below because we were just going straight line up vertical on ES below. Even though this looks like cluster build, this is very little volume to say, for example, in here and in here. Because look how many days we consolidated. This, we didn't really even consolidate. We were just going, look at this. We just went up, pull back, straight back up, gap, 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 and another gap. So many gaps, right? Bullish gaps. So if we can break underneath, this can really start to sell off, right? It could be one of those things where it's like, okay, there's not much volume traded underneath. Let's fill these low volume areas. You can call them fair value gaps as well. So I want to start to see price or sellers really accelerate, get aggressive to push price lower below Tuesday's low. So that's the scenario for if we pull back to the lows. Okay, 2 scenarios to really watch. I'm not looking to go long. I'll be honest, okay? I am not looking to go long anywhere near here. Anywhere near here. I know I drew a lot. This is just, you are just trying to guess the bottom, right? If this area gives and we can't get it back above 280s, or sorry, I should say 275, I'm not going to look too long, even though it may look like there's some absorption happening here. You're just trying to guess a bottom or something when price is clearly telling you that sellers are still in control. And if you try to go long here, sure, you can get a few points, but this can really drop on you. So keep that in mind. I'll be very, very careful going long at these lows. And it's also your weekly low too. I'll pause here. Does it make sense? Let me turn on because I think PPI just happened. PPI just dropped, but the move doesn't look that crazy. Okay. Let me move this so we can actually see the level because this is an important level overhead. Okay, cool. So now I want to throw back the RTH, get rid of the RTH only session, turn on overnight. You can look at where we're trading. Let me extend this. So, few areas overhead that I am watching. Well, one, check out where your yesterday's high, value area high is, right? Around 290. And look at what happened. There was some crazy activity at these high yesterday. We saw over 1,000 lots executed in one go near these highs yesterday. You see the big trades here, and then some sellers getting aggressive up here. There were some huge transactions that happened here at these highs before we got this reversal back down. So I want to see if price comes back up to there and we see some activity there, if those sellers reload and or some buyers get too aggressive and trapped. But this is a really important area for that reason, and you can kind of see how many times we've reacted off it. Yesterday kind of just confirmed for me the importance of this area. So check this out, right? So look at how it held the support. Look at the activity there before we had the breakdown. Look at the activity right into the close. And then yesterday kind of confirmed it. Look how many reactions we've had. You can even count this one. But let's just say we're from big mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just on the 30-minute. Right? So that's why it's important. 390. You can even, I've extended to 400 as well. But when he enters into 390, watch it. That's where the big trades were happening yesterday. Above. And then look at where your weekly, this is your weekly VPOC sit, where the most volume in this range that we have been trading in for the last few days has traded. So really important right here, just under 420. Let me get you the exact level. 416 is that right now. Significant volume there traded. And then if we come back up, this is your weekly value area high. It's around 472. Okay. And you can kind of see, look at the low volume pockets above. That's why it's important. Okay. Those are the levels. Those are all the levels. I'm going to put them right here so you can kind of get an idea. I'm going to mark this level on the right. I'll leave this up so you can mark them, or if you want to write them down, what I'm watching, if you want to. And okay, and this one is also important because I was like, where did I get this from? Mark it on the right. So from the previous range that we broke out of from, look at this consolidation, value area low here, and you can see the reaction off it. Resistance, we get back over support, support, support. And then this is where your Friday's low is. This is your last week's low, by the way. So that's why I have it marked. And that right there. So these are all the levels that I'm watching. I don't really, so how I kind of go off things. So I have the pre-market plan on ES now, right? So now that I have that, I don't like to trade anything other than these areas if price comes into it in the first 30 minutes. After the first 30 minutes, I have some intraday context to go by that I can trade. But in the first 30 minutes, I am only looking for price to trade around these areas. Okay. If it doesn't come, I'll just be sitting it out, just seeing how price develops intraday and see what things develop intraday to trade off. But these are the larger time frame areas that I have marked out. I'm not going to go back and change any of it, right? This is the plan. I have a reason behind every area that I've marked on the chart, what I want to see at those areas. And if I don't see it, then I won't take a trade, right? And then after 30 minutes, I will see that's enough data intraday to see what's happened in the first 30 minutes. And then I can create some plan intraday. That's what you see me do live on the streams after the first 30 minutes to create a plan intraday. That's a yes. Any questions? We still got to do the NQ monster. Here, look, what we can do. Here, is this better? Yeah. Then you can kind of see all the levels. Any trials you can offer? No trials, bro. I don't do any trials or anything like that. Either you gotta commit or don't join. It's fine. Either way, it's up to you. Hey bro, how you doing? I'm good, bro. How about you? Ready to get the day started. Ready to get the day started. I use Gamma. Or I'm starting to use Gamma, I should say, into my trading. And it's good. Gamma Gamma levels, especially in the 0 days, go good hand to hand for day trading the indexes. I have something cool. I feel like I'm saying too much. I have something cool coming out in the next, let's just say, month regarding that. I'm kind of excited. Oh man, I love my fucking haters. Hey bro, listen, you don't have to fucking pay. You don't gotta hate too, right? You can get the fuck out of here because I don't give a. You know what? You could watch. You're not gonna get banned. Keep hating because guess what? At the end of the day, you are still watching the stream, so you can go fuck yourself because you're gonna be unprofitable. You're wasting your energy. You're bringing negativity. I'm replying to you because let's be honest, you're just wasting your life hating on something that you want and you don't believe is true that's possible. It's fine. Look, I was there too. But then I did it myself and I was like, shit, it's possible. But keep hating, but know that if you keep hating on shit, you don't have to pay, but don't fucking hate. I'm not here just saying for all this information, pay for my Discord. Am I? No. If you want it, it's $99. Come, don't come, I don't give a fuck. But you, this hating energy, you can go fuck yourself, one, or change your attitude because you're never going to be profitable with that attitude. Okay? So do what you want, bro. Oh, man. All right, let's do NQ, and then we can go about our day. I mean, look, it doesn't get to be. I don't like this whole energy of negativity on whatever you talk about, right? So because here's the thing, no one's done shit the way I've done it. I have publicly, before I made a single dollar from affiliate from Discord, I publicly documented over $1 million in payouts before I made a single dollar of Discord and affiliates. Name another motherfucker that did that shit. So, and you could be like, why are you doing it now? Well, you guys, a lot of you wanted more, and there's people like this motherfucker that comes on, decides to troll on stream. I like to filter those people out. I don't need that negative energy every single day. This is what happened when I streamed on YouTube every single day. We had trolls like this fucker coming in, and guess what? That's a demotivating as fuck. In my Discord, unfortunately, there's a price to it. It filters the noise though. You don't have these idiots, these motherfuckers that will never be successful in trading with this type of energy coming in. It pisses me off because there's people that are genuinely that want to learn, and then there's I reply to it because they can go fuck themselves. I just keep it raw. You can see everything, but this negative energy, get the fuck out of here. I show everything in my Discord. I lose, I make money, whatever. Just because I don't stay on a live stream 8 hours of the day, glued to my screen, and I trade when I don't stream. This fucker's like he doesn't show everything. Yeah, go fuck yourself. I'm gonna fucking make money. I am a trader first. So just because I'm not streaming, I'm gonna be like, oh, I can't make money. I'm not streaming. Yeah, no, fuck that. Okay, enough of this negative shit. You've ruined the flow, motherfucker. All right, let's go NQ. Okay. You guys see the NQ chart? Let me move it here. I'm sorry, guys. I know I will for the next one when we do this. I'll get rid of the face cam, or I'll move the face cam to the top left. No, I'm not gonna block him. He can watch me say it. He wants the negative energy. Give it back, bro. But guess what? You're not gonna be profitable. That's all I wanted to say. I'll clap back. I'm tired of these haters coming out here. We're gonna clap back because guess what? You got nothing on me. You got nothing on me, bro. I make money. What are you gonna say? I'm unprofitable? Fuck, here's my bank statements. Go look at it, motherfucker. Oh man. Okay. So Let's go to RTH. So same thing we talked about with ES, right? We had this range, we consolidated for about 2 weeks. Then we had a breakout. I have a lot on this chart, I know, but let me explain. I'll do it, all right? So we had the range breakout from here, from this 29,800 to 30,800. So a huge range. We broke out. We had a thousand point range on the downside Friday. Monday we consolidated, then we had the follow through move, and then yesterday we had an inside day. So similar plan to what we talked about with ES. I want to see us defend two areas, okay? So you can see where the value area low is for NQ. It's a little higher than it was. If you compare it, it would have been relatively near these, like this wick on the 30-minute or the hourly I have up here. So this area is really important to me. This is the area that I was watching yesterday for it to reclaim. It never really reclaimed it with the strength that I wanted. So this 800 right here is going to be really, really important. I think we're trading just under there after this. I'm looking at the live price action after this PPI. So we will see. We will see. This is an RTH. Yes, it is. What you mean? This is RTH, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Bro, you trolling me, bro. All right, let me go down to the 30-minute now. So there's this specific area. I was in the PFM live stream yesterday, talked about it. Let me go down. This level at the 500s was we had a huge ignition and a reversal. There was a huge amount of transactions that happened. Over almost 1,000 lots executed in this range, above 500, 540. And then we had one more drop, and then we had a strong reversal below, and then we quickly reclaimed it with strength and had that nice rally into the close Monday. So look at what we did yesterday. We kind of came back, held, came back, closed there, and look at overnight. It respected it pretty well as well. So let me turn on. Where did my chart go? There you go. All right, so this is the level I'm talking about. We looked underneath, right? Reclaimed it, held a support, and we're kind of bouncing off it. So this area is going to be really important to me for today on a retest. If we get back underneath and hold below, I'm going to look for a short to target Tuesday's low, which is 250. Okay, just under 250. So that's the plan. That's the level below that I'm really watching for. Again, I have a plan for both, just like that I talked about with NQ. This is the area I'm watching. Either we get a strong move down where we look underneath. I never go long a momentum move, okay? So what I want to see either for a long is a move like down like this when there's huge selling momentum coming in and we consolidate here and then buying takes over, gets below, and I want to get it on the retest in this scenario, right? Or another scenario we could see, let me get rid of this drawings. Wish there were shortcuts for this to delete. Or what I want to see is a strong move down and then a quick momentum flip somewhere in here and then a quick move back up. Then I'll be a little aggressive with the ad, maybe size down here on the long here. Looking for, let me go down. You look for previous day value area low and this zone that I have marked here, which is, I believe that is your this resistance point, and I think it's your Tuesday's value area low for RTH. Okay, that's a long scenario. Now, for a short, on this retest, I want to see sellers hold below. So like fail here, fail to get above 550s or even 500s. This is a big zone, but the range is kind of massive, right? I want to see us kind of reject somewhere there, get a short entry, target this low, overnight low first as the first TP, and we can look for Tuesday's low as second TP. Make sense? Okay. So why do I have this area marked? Let me show you one time. RTH level turned off. Look at where your Tuesday's value or your low is. See that? And look at the reaction off it. We got back underneath. This is your day open yesterday. There was a lot of confluence there. And look how price acted around that area. And watch this. I'm going to show you this. One sec. There's one more thing that you can only see with the overnight stuff on. Isn't that crazy, huh? Crazy. But check this out. Look at the activity here. We saw that respecting overnight on Sunday night. So multiple confluence there. And just watching in real time, there was tons of transactions coming there and price really stalling. I want to see if you can hold above there. It's not as important as this area though, right? This important right here at 500, really, really important. It's an extreme point of this range that if we come back, we need buyers to defend, or we can see expansion down. So that's below. Now, let me turn off overnight. So the big area that I really, really want to watch is this high right here. So this high, again, similar to what happened on ES, NQ had huge amounts of transactions that hit the book yesterday above this $100 level, right? You see where the day VPOC is sitting? There was over 3,000 lots. They were loading in 900 lots at the offer. I saw it 2 times happening. Maybe it was in a single person, it was aggregated, but in a short period of span, there were 2 times where 900 lots were added above hundreds. So when price comes back into this area, I'm going to be watching it today. If it comes back, I should say. It doesn't have to return to it, but if it does, I'll be watching it. Let me move this to the right aligned. And then the extreme points of this range is if we break this Wednesday high, yesterday's high, we have low volume nodes in here at 300s. I want to see if selling takes over here. And we also have some big trades that happened on the Tuesday sell-off right underneath that pivot that initiated this sell-off, okay? So you see this low volume node that we still have left above this. So another extreme point in the market is this 300. Above where value establishing in this range lower. So what I want you to really worry about, there's a lot of zones on this chart. Okay, I get it. Let me go to the bigger one. I'll tell you the most important one to summarize everything. Okay, so we're going to summarize everything and tell you exactly the areas that I'm watching. I actually want to drag this profile. Not this one. Like delete that one. Point. And then, so 500s, big area. We talked about it. The 2 scenarios, not necessarily leaning long if a pullback, but really, really important for buyers to defend. Below it, we could start to see a strong acceleration from the sellers to this Tuesday low. Next level you want to kind of see defend is this 800. Okay, we talked about the importance of it, the respect it was shown to it Sunday night. It is your yesterday's Tuesday's value area low where we had strong move. So think about the strength that we could see if that's reclaimed. That could be buyers are starting to get in control, defend price inside of value when it tried to look underneath that huge day where we had how many points was this on RTH? It was like wrong to 100. Wow, that's crazy. 1,600 points RTH from the high to the low on that day. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. So gonna watch for that right there, right? If it reclaims it, that could be signs that buyers are starting to take control, and see if we can get a mean reversion to the top of the range around hundreds. So if you reclaim it at open 800s, I want to see if you can hold like this and then start to make structure like this and go target this area at 150, the other side of balance. And then you have this extreme point that I want to watch right here. This is a really, really important area. So the extreme points of this range, 500 and 300, okay? 29,300 is your extreme point on the upside, right? Higher. And the extreme point on the underneath is 28,500. Then you have three levels in the middle. You have 800, which is your Tuesday's value or your low. You want to see buyers reclaim that. And if that reclaims it, look for the mean reversion setup back to the other side of balance, which is hundreds. And this is like your middle point right here, 29,000 flat. Okay. So maybe this could be your TP1, or you take profit there, or you look, if you're not in a position, if this holds, you look for a scalp into these hundreds. And you could be like 100-point scalps. You know what's crazy? It can happen within a minute in this market, 100 points. So with that in mind, I always say this: size the F down. Okay. To put in perspective, yesterday I made just under $5,000 trading micros only. I did not trade minis yesterday on both my personal and prop, and I don't need to. I'm making good money trading, scalping with 5 to 10 micros. So why do minis? You're just asking to blow up, especially with prop with the limited amount of drawdown. All right, that's the plan. I think I made good time just before 9. Awesome. All right, let's see. Going back, pulling up my stream chat because it got hidden. If you guys got any questions, 50 likes. Come on, bro. If this doesn't get 100 likes, we're not doing this. Again. 100 likes. We got 170 people watching this pre-market plan. 100 likes. And you know what? If you do something crazy, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I need a break from streaming today, guys. I have been streaming every day for 8 days, like in the morning sessions. I'm talking about. I need to take today off from live streaming. I'm not saying I'm burned out, but I need a day off. All right, it feels like I'm working another job, and that's when it starts being fun and how burnout starts happening. So I'm not streaming today after doing it for 8 straight days. But I wanted to come on, walk you through my plan. Hopefully it makes sense. You let me know. Does it make sense? Did I explain the reason behind the areas in a good way that made sense to you? If not, hey, we can learn. If you're actually giving me feedback, like criticism that I can go back and improve, I will do it. I won't hate. But if you just come at me being like, yo, this guy if you come at me for making money, like what the fuck? You're just hating then. Why do we do this shit? We do it to make money. All right, let's see. Have you started taking swing setups? I don't know what you mean by that. Do you mean in SMP and SPY? Because I don't do. I don't really. I use mostly ES and NQ for day trading, and then if I want to swing trade, I'll take them on equities with options. But I don't like this. I don't like this environment for swings. So I'm not. I'm not really actively positioned in anything with size. If for option swings. Also, we have the SpaceX IPO tomorrow, right? Crazy evaluation. Have you upgraded your model for bigger points or just market? It's just the market environment. You're seeing bigger ranges. Look at where VIX is kind of trading at. Let me actually pull it up right now with the chart. My other chart. All right, VIX is trading at 21 right now. Right, it's down 4% on the day, but still above 20. It's kind of you start to see elevated volatility coming into the market, like bigger ranges both on ES or NQ. You gotta use that information and really just you're the points the stop loss that you were probably using before is probably not going to work. You end up likely going to having to get you probably end up getting stopped out much quicker. So you got to adjust your stop, make it a little bit wider, but then you got to reduce your size to account for that. That's trading, right? Always have to make adjustments. Nothing just works all the time. You have to adjust to the market conditions. Do you follow your 30 minute? I follow. Well, I follow it. Like I wouldn't say like super. Like it's just like this is it. Sometimes I will see a setup or some big size coming into the market and a reaction off it that I really like. Then I'll trade it. But if I don't see anything that's outside of my plan in the first 30 minutes, I just let the structure develop. Or the rule is if there's news coming out, I never want to be in a position. That's a rule that I always follow no matter what. I am never in a trade into news. Never into a trade into news. What's up, Bella? How you doing? Hey, Bella, you excited for London? So much work. I bet. I bet. Are you using the prop firm deep charts or you bought? I bought this. So what the problem with the prop firm deep charts is it doesn't give you the order flow tools like the deep. They call it deep trades, which is essentially just a big trade indicator. Um, Oh yes, World Cup! I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm actually going to a game, in my city when I come back from my trip from London. I'm kind of excited. Yo, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I never know, or I don't know when the next World Cup will be the U.S. So I'm like, yo, I had to do it. Like, I have to do this. Like, you maybe it doesn't happen in my lifetime, the next World Cup, or maybe it happens when I'm really freaking old. But I'm so excited, guys. It starts today. What team are you guys supporting? For sure, for sure. Wake up and sell. What is All right, guys. Any last questions before we end the stream here? Everyone understand the plan? Here, what I'll do is I've had NQ up for some time. I'm gonna put up ES, the levels that we created or we found as important on ES. That up. You can see those as well. Move it here for away from base. What plan? Well, you can watch the recap, which will be out within minutes of the ending. But hey, if you like this format, right? If you like this format, just hit that like button, and maybe this was fun. Honestly, good creating this plan and also answering questions when the markets aren't moving too much. It's good to just sit back and just answer questions you guys have. Yush, can you show how to set up the volume and delta profile in MotoWave like you? That'll be a video idea. That'll be a YouTube video for sure. We can do MotoWave. We can do deep charts. But the first video that will come out, will be volume profile. It's gonna be 4 minutes long, and we're not gonna wiggle around the bullshit 20, 30-minute videos. It's 4 minutes or maybe 5 minutes. We'll see. The goal is to make a max 5 minutes. But the goal is, the title is going to be Learn Volume Profile in 5 minutes. And that's going to be the style that I go with. Present the information without bullshit and make it as simple as possible. That's what I do. Like I don't just make a video, just put on camera and start filming. I think about it, and this is how every production team does it. That's professional, right? They think about what they want to present and how to present it in a manner that's easy and clean way. What they present on the screen is clean. So I'm not gonna say it's fucking perfect, but my goal is to get better with content creation over time, present information, but then also it's fucking hard as shit because it's like I'm working another job with trading and making content. So I'm trying to balance it out. Because at the end of the day, I'm a trader first. But it's coming, dude. This Sunday, I'm kind of excited. First long form video. Well, is 4 minutes a long form video? I don't know what is the definition of a long form? Is it longer than a minute? They consider it a long form now. Long form. Yeah, longer than a minute, I guess. All right, guys. Awesome. Thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate you all. And until next time, peace and goodbye.